Introducing Jolanda, the creative force behind MissesTreeDesigns, a blog that showcases her passion for upcycling furniture and creating unique mixed media artworks. Originally from the Netherlands, Jolanda now resides in the UK, where she transforms everyday items into pieces of art. Her projects range from vibrant folding screens adorned with amazing artwork, all reflecting her commitment to sustainability through the principles of reduce, reuse and recycle. Throughout her blog, Jolanda shares the stories behind her creations, offering insights into her artistic process and the inspiration that drives her work. Join us as we delve into the imaginative world of MissesTreeDesigns and explore the artistry of upcycling with Jolanda. And welcome to It's Art at the End of the Day, episode 11. I'll always start with the same one. When did you start being an artist?
I don't know. I make furniture, I upcycle furniture, I make room finders, and I always was aiming at, I'm a furniture maker, and not an artist, I'm with furniture. And I struggle with the furniture bit because people, if you go to furniture shops, like little furniture shops, they look at it and, yeah, it's nice, and that's it. Okay. And then last year, I got a response from someone in America, a lady, about the things I was making, and she said, yeah, I worked in an art gallery and we sold that type of art furniture. And I thought, oh, it's art furniture. It's just furniture, but it's art furniture. And then quite quickly after that, I was approached by Victor from PP Arts about, hey, would you like to work with us about exhibitions? And I was a bit like, I don't make art, I make furniture. And then I thought maybe it's, because she said it's art furniture, maybe it's art. And then a couple of months later I was approached by the Holy Art Gallery. And I thought, so now I'm slowly start making the transition in, maybe I'm not a furniture maker, maybe I'm more of an artist.
Yeah, you are.
It's like that bit. Yeah.
I've seen your stuff and you paint on the furniture, which is art.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And then I got the lady in where I live in Linton from the art gallery, the local art gallery. My neighbour has his wine shop in the art gallery. It's, part of the art gallery is his wine shop. And so I went over to him to buy some wine for my husband or something, and got up just to have a look because I like, it's fun to look. And she started chatting and said, do you make things? And I said, oh no, I make furniture. And she said, oh, but that's art. Oh, I like that one. Can I have it in my art gallery? And I said, yes. So I brought it, and then I brought it, and she said, oh, but that's really good quality. Oh, what else did you make? And I said, this. She said, oh, I want to have that one and that one and that one.
Lovely.
So I had a few things over there, sold one 2 days ago, picked it up and sent it off. And sold it through Etsy, through my Etsy shop.
Yeah, that's good.
So I think I had to got to the terms that I'm an artist and not a furniture maker. Probably.
You're both, but there is art within your furniture making.
Yeah. But then that's why it doesn't resonate so much clearly with the furniture people. Yeah. Because
you're sort of in the middle, aren't you?
Yeah, they don't understand it probably. They're like, what's that? And how people respond to it. There was a lady in the summer who bought one of my folding screens, and she gave a review with a functional piece of art. So it's, it's more art than...
See. But when you do get a piece of furniture, does that speak to you about what you're going to paint on it, or do you have an idea that you put on the furniture? Like if you see, I've done a piece of furniture, you go, that looks, I'm going to paint it in that way, or do you just paint?
No, it's the other way. I have an idea. I sometimes buy from charity shops, sometimes go to Emmaus in Cambridge. But generally there's a kind of idea, and I look at Facebook at the marketplace and find something where I think, or I'm browsing, just looking and think like, that speaks to me like it's this, and then try to buy it. Okay, and then it's so annoying if people don't respond. Or is it, I sold it. But that's what I do. I see it and there's a picture in my head. Or I have a picture in my head and I find the item with the picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh wow, it's good then.
And sometimes you walk along with a picture for a long way, it won't time in your head because you can't find.
You can't find the piece that you want to put it on.
Yeah.
That's a bit difficult at times, especially if there's an image in your head for ages, and you got to find the piece that it goes on. Yeah.
But sometimes suddenly you find it and you think like, oh yeah, that's the one. And then it's it's the one.
You gonna do any solo exhibitions?
No, I haven't had that because, I was in the furniture world and now I'm moving to the art world. So next year, it's already next year, isn't it? It's 2025.
It's gone so quick, isn't it?
So this year, I spoke to Victor and they have a group exhibition. So they did one last year and it was just not the right time for me. Last year was a bit hectic. So this year I'm hoping to exhibit with them. And I have to look into the Holy Art Gallery, like how does it work at the Holy Art Gallery?
Yeah.
I couldn't get my head around it. Yeah.
It's a strange one, they are.
They're different, aren't they?
They are very different. Yeah, I've been in one of their magazines and also done a virtual exhibition with them where they've got my pictures on the screen somewhere. And also they've got that, it's like a glass box within the building. Have you been down there in East London?
No, I need to go there.
It's like you've got a building and in there's a glass box which is the gallery.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they have all the physical pieces in there, and they have like sculptures and paintings and everything else. But yeah, it's worth looking. Didn't fit for me, but it may be for you. It's worth going down there and having a look or speaking to them. Yeah,
I was in touch with the lady who was doing Amira, I think her name is.
Yes.
Doing it, and what I wondered, because I want to concentrate a bit more on the folding screens because I have the most response to the folding screens, and actually I so love making them.
Yeah.
So, and I have much more ideas about them in my head than I have for the furniture.
Yeah.
And I wondered if it's like virtual, whether people understand how big it is, and they buy something and they think it's
that's right,
this, and then they have like 180 by 120 in their house.
I'm sure they'd find a way, but they do have in their space in Dalston, their galleries, that they do have the physical pieces in there, so maybe you could exhibit in there rather than being virtual. Because you'd want to see what it always looks better in the flesh, doesn't it, when you see the item?
Yeah.
So you could maybe be in there.
Yeah, probably. This year I need to focus on getting out there, like Victor said.
Yeah.
Show yourself. And I wasn't so much showing
myself. Yeah, he's good. I like Victor, and I spoke to him.
Yeah, I've heard that one, and I told him I really liked his interview.
Yeah, no, it was good. I like Victor and Valentina. They're very helpful. They've helped me a lot when I've exhibited with them twice now. They're very helpful. No, they and hopefully I can do it again soon. But you got. It's hard work, isn't it? It's hard work getting yourself out there. I find it really hard to sell yourself in a way.
Yeah, because I don't know how it's about you. I always think like people can do the same, more or less.
Yeah, but no, they can't. It's your eyes, and it's part of you within that piece. That's all. What I believe of every piece of art. It's part of you.
Yeah, it is.
It's your vision and how you paint, or on what piece you put it on. And like you say, you had something in your head, and you find the piece for that. You found it. It's not as if someone's gone, "Oh, here's a chair, paint it."
Yeah, no.
You've had that vision and that piece of art when you put it where it is. So it is you.
Yeah. My friends always says like, you sell energy. Basically, you sell energy.
Yeah.
Because there is energy from you.
Yeah.
And the pieces you make and you enjoy the most are the ones that sell relatively quickly to the ones who were struggle for, and you couldn't find it really. Yeah. That's what I found. Yeah. Yeah.
So the pieces you like most are the ones that sell.
Yeah, the ones you make relatively quick.
Okay.
You know, because it's in your head and you just have to put it out there. Rather than the ones, what shall I do with this one? Someone brings me a table and I think I want to use it because it's in the garage. Yeah. So I better use it. And you think...
Yeah. Do you come back to a piece? Do you like, say, start something, put it away and think, I'll come back to that and might see it differently?
Yeah, what I did, I had a table and I very much liked the table. I bought it and it was really beautiful and I fell for it. Yeah. And I probably should have just restored it and put it in my house. But I thought like I paint on it. And I painted something. It looked nice, but it wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
So I kept looking at it and it was in my house because I wasn't happy with it. So I didn't say to the lady at the art gallery in London, we want to have it. I just kept it. And then suddenly there was an idea in my head and I sent it off and started all again.
Well, dear me.
And that's good. I'm happy now.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you're not happy with what you've done, then you've got to start again, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm ruthless. I just send it off and think like, start again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you're doing. That's how you do such nice pieces. Because it's the way to be. What you do is what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take pictures differently, possibly to someone else, but that's the way I'll do it. And often my pictures are quite dark. Not dark, but different, maybe. But,
yeah, they have a style, which is clearly your style, but they have a style.
Yeah, and you've got to find that style, haven't you? It's taken me a while to find out what I am.
It does, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think you do change. I mean, I've been influenced by not people like yourself, but I've seen since I've been doing this. Even though there may be painters and ones photography, I'll still see, maybe I should look at that shape or a different aspect of it. And I think every artist can influence other artists.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And you see, I'll try that. Might not work, but you try it.
Yeah, true. I did, when I still lived in the Netherlands, I did a painting and a mural with a friend for a beer brewery in Amsterdam. And we agreed, before we started, we'd change it until we're both happy, because we had a different style, a little bit different style. But we agreed, from the start, we'd change it until we're both happy. And we did it, and it was amazing. Mm-hmm. The mural was quite big, so it took us a lot of Sunday afternoons. But it was good, and it was so nice to work together. But it's also, we both had the feeling that we got more out of it than she should have done it on my own, or I should have done it on my own. Because you come with an idea, you paint it, and the other person said, it's not really good because, and then changing it, and then the other person, and then you build. Yeah. And as long as you both can accept it.
Yes. Yeah.
And see the benefit in it and see the growth of yourself in it, I think you're happy. If people have a big ego, it won't work.
No, it won't. No, you got to sort of work together and compromise a little bit and stuff like that. But if you can both see the end result and stuff, collaborations are good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was so, and plus that, it was a beer brewery. It was a social enterprise, and people were, the people who worked there were people from mental health backgrounds. Okay. It was founded by 2 mental health nurses who had seen the struggle from the people after they left the hospital to get jobs. And even in the social world, jobs like social workspaces, they struggle because sometimes, due to psychosis or depressions, they didn't turn up for 3 or 4 months, and then they were on the bottom of the list again, and they said that's wrong, they shouldn't be. Plus, how cool is it that you can say, I work in a beer brewery? It's much cooler than, I pop screws in a plastic bag, So they did that, and when we were painting in their beer brewery, and that's why we only did Sunday afternoon, because they were tastings on Saturday and Tuesdays, and they were working the rest of the week, so we had to do it Sunday afternoon. And when we heard back from the founders, when we worked on the Sunday, everyone came in on Monday morning like, oh, what have they done? Like, what did they make this time? And then there came questions. Hey, why is there a church in it? Why is there not a mosque in it? And we have to try, and it was so much fun to try to accommodate that. And it was in the middle of Amsterdam, close to the central station. And there were all windows, and the windows were looking out on houses. You're in the middle of the city. And there was this corner where there was no window where we did the mural. And we, in the end, together with the founders, we decided to go for a window, but the window looked out on the fields where they grew the hop for the beer. So we had that, and it was a kind of living room. We painted a kind of living room with a chair and all that. And in the end, my friend and I, we made a kind of family who lived there. And they wanted picture frames on the wall, so we painted the picture frames. And she came with a postcard from a couple on a motorbike with those old-fashioned, 60s. And they live here. We put them on the wall. They live here.
So you made a sort of a fictitious family and they're living there, and wow.
And then when the question came from the mosque, we had like, when they married, and then when they had their 25th wedding anniversary, they went to visit Turkey, and that's why we had a painting of a mosque. And we just made a whole story out of it, cool. And could accommodate all those. Why is the cat not in there? They had a cat in the brewery. Why is the cat not in there? Okay, the cat in front of the window. And it was fun. It was really so much fun to do.
Well, at least you took on those ideas as well and developed them. And not just gone, no, I'm not doing that. But you've put every little suggestion in.
We tried to accommodate as much as we could. It was so much fun to do it. Cool. And it's nice because you grow you learn from each other. If you're open, you can learn from each other. And she said, I have achieved things which I've never should achieve on my own, and the other way around.
That's nice, we're always learning all the time, aren't we? It's good. Have you been painting since you're young, or like, how did you sort of start painting?
I don't know. It was making. I was more making things and doodling. And I guess it was always in my life. My dad had art books. My parents, when I was young, they bought a painting, and it was. We went to an art gallery and looked at paintings. David, it was the most ugly painting ever. In my head, I was really little, small girl. And I thought, why do you buy a painting with a black tree? A black tree is stupid. And I think, thinking back, I think it was made with spatula. With oil paint, so there was all blobs of paint, which I didn't understand. Why don't you paint clean lines? Why do you paint blobs and black? And it was like a landscape. I'm not a landscape person, so it was a landscape, I guess sunsetty with orange and yellow in it, and it led to the road along the tree, which led to a little village with silhouettes of black houses, and I never understood it. It was so ugly. and I remember being there in the art gallery, and I really loved it. I still remember vividly being there. I can't remember the paintings apart from the ugly one, and trying to convince my dad, buy the other one, they're nicer.
But that done its job, didn't it? Because it made you remember it, and it stuck out amongst all the others.
It clearly
Even
did.
though it was ugly, it made a statement.
It did. And I had an uncle who made paintings, watercolor paintings.
Yeah.
So I think it was always kind of...
Always within your family, so within you.
Yeah, it was creating,
Yeah.
whether it was things from wood, a guitar from my dolls of wood, or whether it was with wool or everything I created. It just happened.
Yeah, that's good.
You just have the urge to make things, I guess.
Yeah.
And then when I had the children, I made things for their rooms, and they come and they have their wishes, and can it be purple, and can it be with a crown, and can it be with, and I made it. And most of the time my dad helped a little bit, so we did it together, and he did the woodwork, I did the painting, and took it from there.
Okay. Did you use other materials, or was it just painting mainly? Do you use material?
Yes.
Upholstery?
I do upholstery, but like very functional for myself.
Yeah.
I did a huge sofa with a friend. He convinced me to do the sofa. And I'd be like, I don't know how to do it. And then I said to him, okay, but it was really heavy. I said, you have to help. And I thought he was going to say no, but he said yes. So we did it, and it was good. It was really good. And he was the one, I have to give him that credit. He was the one who encouraged me to go for, put it out there, put your furniture out there, try to sell it. Yeah. Why do you do the work, what you do, when you can do this? Yeah. Do it. So he was very encouraging and
that's good,
and believing in me and say...
Yeah, because we don't always believe in ourselves, do we?
No.
Until you get one or two few people that go, you are good, you do know what you're doing, you can sell it.
Yeah.
We sort of go, oh, no, it's okay, and just do stuff for ourselves.
Yeah.
But until some people, we get friends or family or whatever, go, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And then it's all about encouragement. The more people that encourage you, the better it is. Because that's what you need.
It's true. And I think in the Netherlands, it was a bit like you're an artist when you've done art academy, when you've gone to Utrecht in Amsterdam. And I hadn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's nice, but...
So they want that formal art education before they call you an artist.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it's like someone like Vincent van Gogh can say, oh yeah, he was self-taught, self-tutored. It's like, oh yeah, but he's really good. And it's like, but you have to get you have to go make that journey, don't you?
Yeah. We all are, but it's times were different then when they were about, and it's a long time. Yeah, but I think we're all good in our own way.
Yeah.
It's just whether other people see that.
Yeah. Not always.
No, not always. No. A lot of people don't understand. They got to understand you, haven't they?
True.
And they understand your art then.
Yeah, true.
Because I do think our art is very personal.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. And it's people who make art understand it.
Yes.
That it's personal and that you show a vulnerable side of yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, if I tell something like, oh, I'm hoping to exhibit next year, in London, and people just who don't do art don't even respond to it.
No.
I don't understand the importance of what it means to you.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's the difference from when you have people around you who make art. They encourage you more and they understand it a bit more.
Yeah, I've been down here it's coming up 2 years now, and I've found all these guys around me have encouraged me to do certain things and don't push me in a way, push me gently, or push, but you get talking and they go, yeah, you should do that, and it's just helped me out because I've been amongst artists that, even though they do other stuff like clothes making or whatever, they still go, yeah, no, you should do that, you should do that.
Yeah.
And I think you need that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Like-minded people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I find when you sell a piece, it's so nice that someone gets it and takes that home, puts it in their house.
Yeah.
I find it does, but yeah, right, we're making money off it, but I find that the fact that they've bought it.
Yeah.
More than the money side of it.
Yeah.
I like sold pictures recently and you think, that's going up on their wall.
They look at it every day.
Yes, yeah.
Can you imagine?
I know, I had a lady a year or so ago bought that picture there.
Yeah.
And she texted me and said, shit. She smiles whenever she walks by it and she looks at it every day. And I was like, oh, yeah, to tears reading the text message because, yeah, she's got it, she bought that piece and it's in her home.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I think it just, yeah, some people get it, some people don't.
No, I know. And what I found amazing, I made a room divider from Macintosh inspired, Charles Reddy Macintosh inspired, purplish. Two ladies with two almost specific Macintosh roses in between. Yeah. And I sold it last January. And I made it, I was inspired because I went to Glasgow and I went to visit his Hilltop House or the Hill House or something like that in St. Helens Road, and it was so beautiful. Yeah. And my daughter was with us, so I had 2 rounds. I wondered, we had a dog, we couldn't go in all. So once we went first with my husband, and then I went with my daughter, and I happily could have gone round again and again, you know. And I was so inspired by it, so I made the room divider. And this guy in New York, I'm not good in putting myself out there, so I try to find some help. And then some people are focusing on Instagram. You have to get it from Instagram. And I thought, but there's more.
I used to do, I do Instagram a lot, and I've slowed down a bit because it doesn't get me anywhere. I think you've got to be very commercial and very egotistical to keep. It just doesn't work for me. Because most people that follow me are artists or friends anyway, so they just see the same pictures anyway. Yeah. I don't get anybody new followers and new people on there, and I don't get people coming to me, oh, can I buy your art or whatever. So
no,
it's just a kind of little thing that I do because I think you have to do some of it. But I just find all that social media is not as good as people say it is.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, and I think. At some point my husband said, like, why don't you do a digital marketing level 2 course? And I said, okay. And it was much more than digital marketing only. It was like putting yourself out there, and it's a combination of digital world, but also like the real world. Yeah. And that kind of clicked where I thought like, I need to do more. I need to go to London and to exhibit in the future. I need to do this. I need, it's a bigger picture than Instagram, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's because you have to push yourself. Nobody knows about us unless we tell them about us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, true.
And you can't. I mean, when I gave up work, and I knew I wouldn't be a millionaire overnight, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
I've emailed places. I exhibit where I can, do all kinds of things, and constantly getting my name out there. And I work for charities to take pictures for them, so they can use my pictures, but also maybe someone will go, oh, I love that picture, can you do this for me?
Yeah.
It's all about pushing yourself and getting your name out there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And that is probably 50% of what you do. You've got your art, one part, and then you're advertising yourself. The other part.
It's the other half, isn't it?
It's like a proper business, isn't it? And I think sometimes it can. I mean, I haven't walked around taking photos for probably a year now, maybe.
Yeah.
Like properly gone out with my camera, going around London or wherever, taking shots because I'm trying to sell it. I'm trying to get exhibit. Yeah. And get myself out there, and I feel sometimes it can overtake what you do. But yeah, I've got to, not now, it's a bit cold. when it warms up a bit, I need to start taking, I need to start taking pictures. But yeah, that's a full-time job alone.
Yeah.
Without you doing your art as well.
Yeah, and I do still 20 hours as care worker, youth worker. So I try to compromise in 2 days.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, and then the rest of the week I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But it's still, you have 5 days, but you also have your family life. So, you know, but
It's all that juggling
it is
time, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Do you have a studio?
No, not really. I do, I have a conservatory, really on the north side. So it's north, light from the north, light. And there's really beautiful light. And it's not too sunny. So it's really beautiful. And it's
you prefer the natural light then?
Yeah. I always work with natural light. So in the winter it's a bit of a pain because it gets dark quite early, so your days are really short. But you have to get up earlier to kind of, I really need to do something today. But generally it's really good. It takes over the conservatory. So when we have guests, and to clear it away, and because there's a big table which I use, you know, but actually it's the official dining table, so we have to kind of,
Again, everybody I've been speaking to similar especially when they work from home. Frames, their pictures, their canvases are hanging up everywhere, and whatever they do is all over the floor. So it's part of you, isn't it?
That's the funny thing.
It is you. It is,
Because when people want to come to visit and say, now I'll come to you, you know, because I really love it with you and I love all your artwork around me. Yeah. Well, for me, I want to try to, stick it away because it's so messy.
No, you should, it's you, so don't hide it.
No, people like it and say, no, I like it. And some people are like, oh, what have you done? You know, if they haven't been there for a few weeks, what have you done? Really beautiful, and it's progressing. Yeah, people like that. Yeah. But I want it nice and tidy and neat.
It is awkward when you haven't got. I mean, I'm lucky I've got this space, so everything comes here.
Yeah.
At home, there's no pictures; it's all here. But yeah, if you're living with your art, it's difficult to put it anywhere. Yeah,
it is. Don't you have your own pictures on the wall?
No.
Not at all.
There we are. These are because I'll get them made up, that they get delivered here. No, funny enough, I've got none of the pictures on the wall. I think it's because I'm looking at them all the time and I'm working out what my next collection is, and so I'm always looking at the pictures on the computer or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't leave them up on the wall. And it's nice to come down here and see them when I come here. So I've got. You wouldn't know if you walked into my house, do you?
Oh, really?
No, like I say, anything I've got printed out is here. So this you wouldn't know. You think I just went to work and done a 9 to 5 office job somewhere, because there's no art up to of mine. I should really.
Yeah.
Really.
Don't you have pictures you're really attached to, or really proud of?
Oh, I've got loads. Yeah. I should. I've never really thought about that. I should. I might have to. Now you say that, I will get some couple made up and put them up. Yeah. I mean that one there. That's my favourite. That was the one that sort of just kind of made me start off. That guy was walking down the street and I knew that sign was above, and I thought if I could get him above the sign, because what he's wearing, his mindset is to wear what he wants. So if I can get the two together, and it was a perfect shot in my eye.
And what is nice about that picture is the colour theme.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that about the colours, yeah. And that was taken with my phone.
And it's like you've designed it, you walk that way and I'll take a picture.
Yeah, no, I'll see it because I was driving and I was delivery driving it.
Yeah.
And I see him walking down. I was parked up, and I thought, if I could get in there. I'm looking at him, and I thought, come on, keep going. So I was like that, really, and yeah, I got it just right with that. Yeah, that's probably my favourite, and yeah, I maybe should get one made up for myself.
Yeah, that's in your house.
Yeah. It is what it is. We all do different things, don't we? But yeah, no, I've never thought about that.
I don't have a lot. I once wanted to learn how to work with oil paint, and I made a study of that painting. It's in the Tate, not the modern Tate, the other one, I think, from John Singer Sargent, about the girls. 2 girls with lanterns.
Okay.
And I think it's a famous picture, and I really like that picture.
Yeah.
And I painted it with oil paint, trying to learn, how does oil paint work, and it's not for me. But it was beautiful, and I had the teacher help me, so I have that picture up. And I like the original painting. I like it so much. So sometimes I go to Tate and then sit in front of it to look at it. And there's always these suppos who come and tell you about it. They say, yeah, I know. You just want to look.
I know, yeah.
You don't want all the bonus information.
No.
You know all the bonus information already. Because, and they always want to tell you about it. It's so annoying.
No, they're funny people. I think they just like talking about it and don't realise that you already know about it. And they just want to...
But even if you say, I know,
yeah,
they just carry on. They want to spread their knowledge.
yeah, true, yes. So, you said about oils. What paints do you normally use? I did
a few of my room dividers with watercolour. Okay. Wash and watercolour, which I actually like the best.
Yeah.
And I had a varnish which I brought with me when I came from the Netherlands and living here. And I used that varnish, but the varnish ran out and I can't buy it anymore, nor here nor in the Netherlands. I don't know why. So, a lot of varnish, if you put it on watercolour, the watercolour starts running, so you can't use it. So I moved to acrylics, and mainly I found the soft body acrylics, and they're more like the watercolors that you can apply them really thin. Because what I like is having the wood, how do you say it?
The grain.
The grains of the wood shining through. Yeah. Not always, but in some parts of the room dividers, I like it. I like to have, and the same with my furniture. Really, is like I restore them, but not fully, because it's nice that it's an old piece and someone has used it.
Yeah, it's got dents and knots and things like that in it.
Yeah. So I, unless it's like really big holes in it, I will restore it. Otherwise, I'll just sand it and gesso it and then paint on top of it and varnish it. Yeah. And with the screens, it's just new wood, pine wood panels, and I don't sand them either. I just use them as they are. Yeah. So that's the kind of
you want that, you want it as that adds to the character.
Yeah.
Being not perfect.
Yeah. And sometimes the knots have come out, so there's a little hole, or that's like, I think it adds, because you don't have it painted and you only see the paint. I like it to see
perfectly. So it's got
the grain and the knots, and you can see it still a little bit. It's a bit hidden, but I think it gives more. You see more in it.
Yeah, more depth.
Yeah, than when it's just paint, flat paint.
Paint on the wall and that's flat, so it's nice to have a bit of character.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I've got a lot of knots and scrapes on my face, and there could be character.
You all get that at some point, don't you?
So you're going to try and exhibit?
Yeah, I hope so. Definitely with what I understood with Victor and Valentina. The Forge Art Fair, I spoke to Carolina, I don't know her surname anymore, she's from Forge Art Fair. So I need to look into that, try to kind of maybe that. But it's, because some pieces are so big, it limits as well, because most people just have paintings you put on the wall or, smaller artwork. So that's...
So you won't be getting on the tube with a couple of screens.
No! They're quite heavy. No, I won't. So it's finding your way around it at the moment. Kind of put myself out there and then try to find places to exhibit. Because I think you can only properly see it when you see, especially the screens, because they're so big, then you see how much it surrounds you and how much the impact it has, rather than when you see it on a picture or on the computer. So I'm really impressed with 3 people really, who bought the screens just online, and I thought like, wow, how do you really get the picture of what you get in your house? Yeah. Because, I mean, you can see it, you can measure it, the measurements are there, but still.
Yeah, no, it's difficult to tell unless you put it next to things to give you a sizing. It's a difficult thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm impressed, they're brave, that they buy it and they like, I'll see what's coming up.
It's come out something epic.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
So yeah, I want to put myself out there more and exhibit and show people a bit more than I've done.
How long have you been over here?
9 years nearly, I think. Yeah.
Different? Netherlands to here?
Yeah, very different.
UK's a bit more busier, isn't it?
Not where I live.
Well, yeah, not where you live. No.
I lived in the Netherlands. I lived close to Amsterdam. I worked for a long time in Amsterdam. I lived close to Amsterdam. It's busy, isn't it? Yeah. And then I moved to the other side of Amsterdam, a city, Haarlem. That was very busy. Yeah. And the countryside is where I live now. And as you have it in the UK, you don't have it in the Netherlands. Oh, right. Okay. It's not big enough. There's too many people in the Netherlands.
Oh, really?
And it's busy. English people are a bit more polite.
Oh, do you think? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like when I speak Dutch, and when I go to Netherlands and I speak Dutch, people are less friendly when I speak English. Yeah. And because I speak so much English here all the time, at work and all that. What happens is, if I go back to the Netherlands and I try to speak Dutch, I speak it with English grammar. Yeah. So people think, oh, she's from the UK, and talk back English to you. They also ask me questions.
Because they hear that English accent coming into your Dutch and...
Yeah, and the way I build my sentences, I think. It's the way I build my sentences is different. Yeah. So if I went in the airport and said, can I have a cup of tea? And you don't say it like that in the Netherlands, but I couldn't think of it. So I just said it, I literally translated English to Dutch. Oh, okay. And he answered in English. And it's a lot of time they answer in English. And and when people answer in English, they're more friendly. Then they think you're Dutch and you belong there. So sometimes I deliberately speak English while I could speak Dutch. And people are really nice then. Funny, yeah. And a lot of English people say, oh, but the Dutch people are really nice. Yeah, they like tourists, they like interact with people from another country.
Okay, yeah.
Rather than probably their own country. Yeah, so...
I'm glad you said we're polite. I like to think that the UK is still polite and friendly, and that we still got our manners, because I do like manners, the please and the thank yous and things like that.
Yeah,
I think it's important.
Definitely. I think so, yeah. And people keep a bit more distance, so when you're on a train or a tube in the Netherlands, they almost sit on your lap.
Oh,
so close like. Yeah. And then, especially once I came and from here, and it was early morning, I had an early morning flight. went to visit my mum, popped from popped in the train, and I was sitting, and there was a man, and he was sitting like really close with his leg against my leg. So I said, "Excuse me," and they look at you like, what?
Yeah. Oh no.
No, exactly.
No, that's not good. I don't like that at all. Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not that well travelled, so yeah, I need to visit some places. But because I've taken too many photographs in London, I need to find places. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to the Netherlands and seeing what it's like. But,
go to Amsterdam. You can make nice pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice. Paris.
Yeah. Been to Disney, but not been into the centre of Paris. So yeah, I need to got to dust off my passport that's got thick dust on it. Brilliant.
There is in Paris. For me, it's so imaginative. I found a book years and years ago about a bookshop in Paris, and it's called Shakespeare and Company. And at that time, the owner was still alive, or the founder was still alive, and he had loads. If you go into the bookshop, it's still there. It's very quirky, and there's loads of beds everywhere. Yeah. Because if you're a writer and you're poor and you went to see him, you could sleep in the bookshop. You had to do work for him. You had to run the bookshop or scrub the floors or whatever. And on the Sunday mornings, he made pancakes for everyone, and people could sleep in the shop. And the beds are still there. I don't know, because he passed away, obviously, if they're still run that bit that people could sleep in the bookshop. But
so love it. Yeah, I love things like that. Difference.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's close. It's one of the islands in the sand in Paris. And it's so quirky and so funny, and they have all these people come and play guitar and sing, and it's such a funny bookshop. Yeah,
I find you can get boring, can't you? From my point of view, I can get boring with the same old pictures. Although when pictures not the same, they've got the same style, but it'd be nice to do it.
Yeah, and the same. Because they've been taken in the same environment, and I think if you make those pictures in a different environment,
I'll do it.
There will be a different vibe to it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely,
absolutely, that's what I think. A different, see the world.
Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's such a long journey you have just to come down to talk to me. It's really nice of you, thank you very much. And I'm glad you got in touch with me, because you got in touch with me, didn't you? And it was nice that someone asked me. It was,
I think her name was Jana, the first lady. Yeah. I said something about her podcast, and she said, get in touch with him. Yeah. He's so nice.
Yeah, Jana does a lot of posting my stuff and advertising for me.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's nice to get another artist sort of like your stuff and repost your stuff and that. And it's brilliant. And I enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you. Likewise.
I thank Jolanda for an interesting conversation and for coming such a distance to talk to me. Art is everywhere. And sometimes not where you think it is. A person may paint furniture, make the furniture, upscaling and things like that. Still art. Whether people see it as that, I don't know. Even more artists to talk to. Please, if you enjoy these episodes, please let me know by subscribing, liking, following, sharing, commenting, suggesting, and all those cliched things that content creators say. I've got even more fascinating people to speak to soon with different aspects of their artistry. And thank you again. That was episode 11, if I can remember rightly, of It's Art. at the end of the day.